All right, guys, I was having some technical issues. Looks like things are working again. So we want to be really careful though because we've got this unicursal here. Remember what happened with the on the 9th with the unicursal? It was actually, where is it? It was really the day after the 9th, but still it was indicating a unicursal drop, right? And we went from this price level on the 9th a little bit sideways the following day and then boom to the downside. That was the unicursal. So we have another unicursal energy going on right here on the 22nd. It could be plus or minus a day, hard to say, but you want to be very mindful of that, especially when it's like bumped up against things like the disappointment card and the Ace of Wands. Now, I will say at the beginning of the day on the 23rd, there is a peak that forms from a big move to the upside. That's probably the failed attempt to break the resistance. Rally long diagonal, breakdown with fast sudden move higher, and then breakdown through diagonal, sharp drop. And then we have like this reversal at the open, unexpected move to the upside. This is a failed attempt to break through key resistance. This is the disappointment card right here. I don't know how I missed that. So yeah, we're in the energy of the 23rd already, right? We should see a pretty notable move to the downside here into midday. And then we have probably after midday, maybe a little bit after midday, we should have a move to the upside. There might be like around 2 to 3, a little bit more downward movement, but for the most part, from like the hour of 1 to 2 into the close, we should see kind of like mixed upward behavior, probably a high at the end of the day. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Well, actually, so high at the end of the day. You guys are too much. Stop. Oh yeah, these dogs. I probably, if we're higher or the same price level on the 23rd at the end of the day, I would add to that short. And then again here on the 26th, if we're at the same price level early in the day or some point in the day, if we're at the same price level or higher, I would add to that short. And I might close out of it on the 28th. Or probably better to hold it longer. You might close out of it here in the morning on the 29th, but I think probably moving into March is a good idea. Guys, please stop. My dogs are going, like, they're just really hyper right now. Unusually so. Hermes, come on, man. I'm trying to work, buddy. Okay. We're going to go in just a moment, buddy, okay? Let me just finish what I'm doing. See, this is around where I would expect the high to be based on the cluster, the positioning of this ruin and the cluster for February. All right, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, and then I'm going to roll, and I'll be back on around 3. Oh, hey, B. Hey, Robert. Yeah, the dogs are really hyper right now. Boeing looking for next week. I think I actually have something started for Boeing in 2024. Just probably barely started, but let me take a look. Boeing was my first stock ever when I was like 13 years old. Somebody bought me shares of Boeing for my bar mitzvah. And that is, in essence, how I came to know that the stock market even existed. For the remainder, is it for or for next week, right? Hermes, stop. Boeing for next week. It's to the downside for Boeing next week, majority of the time. All right, so let me do Bitcoin, and then I'm going to roll, guys, and I'll be back on around 3, little bit after 3. Also, guys, we extended the lower pricing for just a couple more days because we really have a lot of demand. And I really don't want to. I don't want to cut people out who won't be able to afford the higher price. So we got a couple more days at the lower price, guys. Everything on the site is basically half price of what it'll be come Friday night. And if you want to lock in a subscription at that lower price, do so before Friday night. And you'll have locked in essence a 50% discount for life unless canceled on whatever subscription you order. AMC earnings. It doesn't really look that good for AMC here at the end of the month. There's a trough in there. So there's a pretty notable opportunity at the high of February. Matter of fact, it looks like there's a trough and then there's another peak. So we go into a trough in like the middle of the last week or at the beginning of the last week or maybe right around where we are now. And then there's another peak after that right at the end of the month. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be off. Wow. Really surprised there. It's just doing sideways. That's really nuts. But there should still be a notable like another decline tomorrow. And either way, even if we don't drop down to these price levels, I would still want to buy into a long here on the 25th, 26th. Maybe maybe even partial today. Gigi, please stop barking. Hey, Av. Yeah, it looks like I was doubtful of myself yesterday, and I shouldn't have doubted myself. Will it hit all Amazon hit all time highs next week? I'm gonna answer this one, guys, and then I'm gonna roll. Yeah, so this is probably like a good cash out place on like a swing trade for a long position. I would probably cash out here. It advises not to chase the rally here. Um, might see another peak tomorrow, but it'd probably be around about the same price level. Then reason why I think this is probably a high here is because we've got the abundance card here as a high. These have very close energies. They also have a correlation to the same like combination of cards. There might actually be like a really big move here on the 27th. There probably is a really big move, but I mean like first to the downside and then to the upside probably. Yeah, there's like a fake out of some kind on the 27th. And it's kind of mixed. Yeah, it should be a pretty wild day there. Next Wednesday's part 2 of the radio show. Same time. All right, so I'll answer this meta one for you. It was luck, but I'm gonna roll after that, guys. I'm gonna cut the questions here. Uh, meta. Oh, and Robert, before I had to close out of the last stream, just like before this one, didn't you ask me something about an earnings? I don't remember what you asked me. It was something about earnings this week for Meta and Monday and Tuesday. See, Ace of Discs here as well. That we saw Princess of Discs in another reading on the 22nd, with a similar pop here. So I would say this is a cash out opportunity. If you had opened up a long position, maybe the day before, would be a good place to cash out. Tomorrow's the abundance card, but my sense is that we're probably seeing abundance here, and then either we have a higher price level tomorrow and we fall pretty hard, or we just open lower tomorrow, and this is the actual abundance peak that we should have expected. I think it's probably this is the abundance, and we should fall pretty notably tomorrow. But we probably revisit highs again on the 26th, 27th, at least once, probably twice between the 26th and the 27th. AMC, right? Earnings in February. Looks like they meet their expectations. It's mixed. It's a mixed result. So there should be a lot of volatility, a move to the upside, creating a peak or crest, and then like an overbought peak or crest, and then we should sell off from that overbought peak or crest through multiple supports. All right, my friends. That's it for the morning sesh. Thank you all for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Don't forget, guys, we extended the lower pricing until Friday. That Friday's really the day that it's gonna rise. We wanted to keep it lower because of the radio show, and there was a lot of demand, but it's got to go up. It's going up Friday. So if you're looking to subscribe and you want to get the lower price locked in, do so before Friday night, and you'll lock in a 50% discount, basically for life unless canceled. With that said, guys, blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one around 3 o'clock today.